My name is Nicola Timmins. I work for Service Air as a flight dispatcher. Service Air is one of the main handling agents at Manchester Airport, and they have contracts with numerous different airlines for which we provide all services from check-in through to baggage processing to actually flight dispatching. As a flight dispatcher, I'm the main central role of communication for all the third parties involved in getting an aircraft out on time, whether it be the fuelers, to the loaders, to even people up in the apron. So it's my job to basically get that aircraft out on time, safely and securely. For example, on a Ryanair flight where you have 25 minutes from the moment that the aircraft is on stand to the moment that it pushes back, you have to make yourself available. You can't just be routed to one spot. You're upstairs in departures, you're downstairs in arrivals, you're out on the aircraft, you're down on the ramp, you're talking to the fueler, your radio is constantly going. You have to have key communication with everybody. A specific project I've been working on quite lately for the past 6 months or so is with a new airline called Scandinavian, the SAS aircraft, and they vary from the small CRJ aircraft up to the big A321s, and there's only a handful of us that are actually trained on those at the moment, but there is further training programs available. There are various training programs available that you can request to be put forward for, but it all depends on levels of experience and actually how much pressure you can actually handle. The managers will know that, but quite a lot of the airlines do need specialist licences to work on them, but these come up throughout the year, seasonally, as and when the airlines require them. After leaving secondary school, I decided to do a modern apprenticeship scheme. I did that for about 5 years, and I decided that a desk job was just not for me. I wanted to get out and see the world. So I thought, travel industry. So I ended up going repping for a reputable tour operator. From there, I moved on to a travel agency. Decided after working on the front line, so to speak, that I wanted to get behind the scenes and see what happens behind the actual aircraft, and since then I've found an absolute passion for aircraft. When I was working for the tour operator as a holiday representative, I actually found out things about me that I didn't know before. I found skills I didn't know I have. Found that I could work seriously well under pressure, and I absolutely thrived on every minute of it. Well, the one thing we keep focusing on, the skills that you need, is communication. Key point first and foremost. You also need to be good team working. You also need to be dedicated, hard working, dependable, and most of all, you need to have a decent watch. The equipment that I use in my job is primarily the cars. You do need to have a valid driving licence to work at Manchester Airport as a dispatcher, because you are to and fro in between the two terminals, and obviously if you're working on remote flights, and there are flights that are not actually attached to the actual terminal building. The only other thing that equipment-wise that I have any control over is the air bridges, and once again you do need a licence for those, but the training is provided. As Service Air as a company is growing, there's proving to be more and more opportunities available. We've recently attained a new contract with Thomas Cook. More jobs are becoming available. There's also the opportunity of learning the specialist flights and getting those licences, and also the move maybe into operations or even up the management ladder if you wanted to. I love most about my job the fact that I get to work with aircraft every day. Since working at Manchester Airport, I've found a passion for it, so much so that I'm actually thinking of working towards an aircraft engineering degree. I would advise people that want to work at Manchester Airport to first and foremost keep the nose clean, get hard working, and there is so much potential at Manchester Airport. There's a career for absolutely anybody. To apply for a job as a flight dispatcher, all I simply did was go onto the Service Air website, applied online. You didn't need any particular entry requirements other than the 5 GCSEs, which is generally the same with any other job, and a full UK driving licence, and then obviously you have to go through that security check